suppose if I'm absolutely honest, when I first heard about Brightstar, I thought, boxing, what's that about? But actually, what I came and saw was just this incredible sense of well-being, a very trusting atmosphere, which for me is really, really important, because when we're talking about prevention agendas, it's really important that the young people have trust. Very often young people don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have people that they feel they can trust. And that's why what I see in Brightstar, it's just so important. The main reason we got involved with Brightstar earlier on is because we could really see the benefits of it, and I'm not going to take the credit for that. The benefits were seen very, very clearly by a lot of the officers at Shropshire Council.
Brightstar is a lot more than just boxing. When I first met Joe from Brightstar, I was one of these people who thought, boxing? Not too sure. Having spent time with the Brightstar team and having been and watched young people in sessions, but more than anything, having got feedback from young people and their families about the holistic approach that Brightstar take, the coaching and mentoring, the education, and also being able to extend that into their life by joining the club, becoming part of the squad. I just think that gives young people an opportunity outside of school that they wouldn't normally find.
We use alternative education as an early intervention for our pupils that are finding perhaps the day-to-day school life difficult. Case-by-case basis, our pupils benefit in different ways and for different reasons. Those pupils, it's one day a week where they have something they can absolutely look forward to. Finding something that they can belong to is hugely important, and this environment that you create gives our young learners people, role models that they can relate to. Some of these young people leave in the door with a massive smile on their faces. That's not something that we get to see each and every day at school. So my biggest advice would be to come and see it for yourselves, because it's more than just the boxing and the boxing training.
Brightstar for me was recommended by a colleague initially, and I remember my first young person that attended Brightstar was just so enthused, and actually I saw improved attendance, wanting to come to school because we linked Brightstar and the AP with their programme in school, so they were then excited to come back into school to talk to us about what they'd been doing in terms of Brightstar.
I think we've got sort of across year 10 and year 11, we've got maybe 20 students. All of their attendances have improved. Their self-esteem's improved, and like I said, the year 11 group especially, when we put them together, we weren't sure would they gel or would there be some friction in the group, and it's just unbelievable now. There's friendships between people who you never would have put together in school. They probably would have never spoke to each other if they were in school. I can't preach highly enough really how much, like, I'm obviously more involved with the year 11s than the year 10s, and it's made massive impacts on all of them individually and then brought them together collectively as a group.
A lot of these young people have an experience of being told that they don't fit in and they don't get it right, and they're constantly getting it wrong, and they're being permanently excluded from school, or they're not able to access school for a variety of reasons. But when they come to Brightstar Boxing, other providers and TMBSS, they are being given the right messages that they can succeed.
It's important for anybody who's involved with a child or young person to come together, multi-agency approach. You know, you've got education, but you've got some pupils who are not, you know, some people don't fit into that mould. The pilot school that we first approached, obviously I've had feedback from them to say that the work that Brightstars has done has been amazing for their pupils, impacting positively on attendance, behaviour, and they can see the difference. And I think once you can see that impact and that, you know, that positive impact, that word spreads.
There's a much bigger agenda that Brightstar can help us with going forward, and I think that agenda is about actually listening to young people, because that's one of the things I think Brightstar do really, really well.